anyways, my topic today is not to talk about the FED. I know you will be there at the FED and you will increase your numbers. The goal is 6 lakhs to FED. I want to talk about one of the components of, of our business, which is called your story, um, and how we do it really. Normally, we don't need this anywhere else in our normal life. In our normal life, you don't need your story at all. In your office, you don't need your story. Your boss doesn't want to listen to your story. Your friends also don't want to listen to your story. Actually, everybody wants to tell their story. But it is important when you are setting up a business and trying to identify the people to work with that you should know how to put your story across so that it could be an effective way to build a connection. That is what your story is all about. So when we show the business plan, you saw the business plan today, you see it every week. You should notice the part where the speaker is talking about his or her story. And you should observe how they are putting it across. So when I was new in the business, my attitude was I used to talk with everything with you. My attitude was, my language was you based. It was not I based. So for example, I will tell, you know, do you want to make more money? So I'm asking Kamlesh, do you want to make more money? What does Kamlesh say? I have good salary. Because Kamlesh is 15 years in the IT industry, he's a big manager in Wipro, and he's like, yeah, actually he's crying from inside, but how can he say yes? So then I ask him, do you want more time? So he cannot say yes, no. See, there's an ego problem happening between me and him. So it's almost like I'm trying to blame him for not having money and time and security. So every time I'm talking to somebody, it's almost like we are fighting together. I'm trying to prove to him that your life is useless, and he's trying to prove that, tell me, what do you do? Come to the point. Right? He wants to know how the business works because his ego is getting hurt. His ego is getting offended. But then over a period of time, I learned a new language. And that language was a way in which I could share rather than do preaching to him. Instead of telling him, you do this and do you need this, I started talking a language in which I was talking about me rather than talking about him. And I figured that that way was much more effective way than talking about him. So instead of saying, what are your dreams? The guy says, don't worry, I have a lot of dreams. You tell what it is. Right? Because he does not want to, his thing is, why should I tell you? You tell me what you have. And then it's a fight. So instead of that, I started adopting a way in which I started talking about how my life was. For example, I met a guy today in coffee day today afternoon, and this was the first meeting I was having with him. He's from IIM Raipur, and I spent some time with him. And he came in with this big attitude that nobody can tell me anything. So I understood that very quickly that he is not very open to accepting anything that he wants. So I started telling him that, see, what, I went to IIT, and when I came out of IIT, I thought I had arrived. I got this chip design job in this biggest company in the world, and I thought I have arrived. But the house deposit was 80,000 rupees, and 4 of us had to take 20,000 rupees loan to give the house deposit. Right there, we understood that, boss, nothing is going to happen. The salary, is not that high that it can last the end of the month also. And that's what I realized. I was talking about whom? About me. I told him, when I was back at IIT, I used to think, man, salary 50, 25, 30,000 will come. 6 o'clock we'll come back from office. We'll learn how to play the flute, guitar. Every weekend we'll go to Ooty and Kodaikanal. And evening, we'll go out with friends and we'll read some books. That's what I used to think. Because it's flexible timing. After coming here, I realized that flexible timing means you can come anytime before 9, you can leave anytime after 9. That's called flexible timing. And all my dreams and hopes literally vanished when I came here. And this guy started opening up slowly. Because what was his condition in life?
Same.
Exactly same. Right? And I told him, me and my roommates used to think all the time that we'll set up a business. We used to talk every night philosophy, all night. Every night we used to sleep at 3 o'clock, 3:30, discussing how one day we'll become multimillionaire, this idea, that idea. Then after we used to get tired of the discussion, we used to end up sleeping, 7 o'clock, get ready, go to office. Every single day. After 3 months, we realized that the discussion is futile, no money is coming out of it. because nobody actually has any experience, nobody has a background, nobody has the money, everybody's talking theory. And I realized that I can, I thought I could do only two things. I could either open a coaching class or I could write software part time. Then I realized that coaching class is a horrible thing to do. You have to speak 12 hours a day. And writing software part time is great, but these big companies don't even pay the money for your code. They keep making you run around, come tomorrow, next month we'll do the payment, next quarter we'll do the payment, and then the payments just don't come and you can keep running around behind them. And I realized I couldn't do that also. So I told him, I come from a background, from middle class background, where I didn't have the money, didn't have the experience, didn't have any of the knowledge to really set up a business, but I was ambitious, I wanted to do something. So when my friend proposed this business to me, I got very excited because I thought if I don't have to invest, if I don't have to quit my job, then why can't I do it? So when I told him that, instantly he started opening up. And he said, actually, you know what, I also come from a middle class background. And me and my roommates were thinking of doing something, but we don't know what to do. And right there, instantly, there was a connect. Now imagine if I had gone the other way and started asking him, so why do you want to do business? He says, what do you have? Then I'll say, do you have any experience? He'll say, come to the point. And then we'll have a big fight, ego fight. Because I got a big ego and he got a big ego, and then we are clashing with each other. So what is the best way? I make my ego zero and I tell him the reality of my life. And then when I am talking about my life, he's not actually hearing my life. He's thinking, "Arey, apna bhi yahi haal hai yaar." We are also in the same place. And right there, that a connect starts happening. That is your story. So your story will be different than mine. But ultimately, the components of the story won't be very different because none of your dads are multimillionaires. I know that. None of you have a private jet in your house. None of you learned driving first time in a Mercedes-Benz S-Class with a chauffeur. I know that also. None of you, correct or not? We are all from similar backgrounds and, similar places really. So, when we talk about the realities of our life, but with hope, not with depression, it's always about hope, about something becoming better, and then we can create a connection with other people. So whenever we talk to somebody, we ask them things, but when we see them closed, we tell about ourselves, and then they automatically start opening up. And that is how we start creating connections, whether we are doing retail, whether we are trying to show a plan, whether we are trying to sponsor people, do a follow-up, whatever it is. And then when that person starts talking, you really listen. Right? Have you noticed that God gave us one mouth and 2 ears? So he wanted us to listen twice compared to the amount we speak. And then he started talking about himself and talking about how he's running a consulting business in Trishul with 2 of his classmates and how they're making money but he's not making any money and so on. So you practice it, right? You talk about I means you're not telling some big stories of how you became successful. You're talking about how you realized that you wanted to do something and you had some limitations. You always talk about things in the right context, right? The content is relevant only when the context is right. For example, I'm talking to somebody who's 60 years old. He just retired from his job. And now I tell him the story of my rental house and how my 4 friends used to wake up at 3 o'clock. He's thinking, where is this kid come from, It won't make sense at all. So my story will be different. My story will be my dad just retired. And once he retired, he and they moved to Bangalore, and he's kind of thinking what to do. And I'll tell him I have another friend. I went to Raipur, and this my friend's dad, he used to work as a general manager of a steel company, and he went into a depression after quitting his job because he was just 58 and he had got these 20, 30 so massively productive years of his life, and he was the peak of his intelligence and career and performance, and he didn't know what to do. And this business and owning a business became a hope for him. So maybe I'll tell him that you get my point? The context is very important, and then we pick up some things from our life that we have seen and genuinely share it. If it is out of context, then what happens?
No.
It will always backfire. Right? So, as you try to practice it and you keep doing it more and more, you'll make some mistakes. Then again and again, you'll get into a blame game. Again, get into the you language. You come back into the I language. And over a period of time, you'll start becoming successful at it. You'll become effective at it. And a point will come, you'll become so effective that very quickly you'll be able to connect and relate with people. And that's a great skill to develop. because then you will be an effective communicator, effective presenter, effective speaker, and your leadership will also start going up, right? So anyways, if you're new here, if you're here, just started the business a while back, you want to make sure that you go and attend this conference happening on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. For us, we have the tickets for Sunday morning. So make sure you take out the time, make sure whoever's invited you, ask them how you can be there, and you dress up your best and find the best seats. Go early, it starts at 8 o'clock, you need to be there by 6:30 to be able to get good seats, because they don't have any VIP reservations and VIP seatings. Everybody gets in that long 2 kilometer queue to get in, and sometimes the seat you will get, all the speakers will look the size of an ant, but at the end of it, what will happen is you will come out with tremendous hope and an exposure of at least 200 years of experience. That, I believe, is invaluable in our lives, right? If the people who will be on that stage, 6 or 7 speakers who build this business for 20 years, if you add the number of years of experience, 6 into 20, 120 years of business experience will be spoken from that stage. So you want to be there. Maybe you're not very active in the business right now. Maybe you're not doing something every day. But you know what? When you listen to people who are successful in any domain, you pick up the right messages for your life, and you make the right decisions for your own life, and you realize how much variation is possible in success. So don't think, oh, I'm not doing anything right now, what is the point of me going? Or I just got started right now, what is the point in going? Or I know everything, what is the point in going? No. What will happen over there, we cannot explain and we cannot recreate it for you, because it's about that experience of being there. Like if you go to a football match versus seeing on TV, it looks like it's clearer on TV. It looks like you can see the ball where it is, you can see the action replays and everything, but what you miss, you don't know what you missed. The feeling of that place, the elation, you might have missed how that goal happened, but the kick that you got in being there, you cannot get anywhere else, and that's worth the experience. So you want to be there and experience that feeling, and then we can probably talk at the same level, and you can say, oh, Ankur, it was unbelievable, it was absolutely marvelous, right? So thank you, and I'll bring back.